Here we are in Cassadaga, Florida, home to the Devil's Chair. My name is J-Rock,
I'm Frank Walls.
and welcome to
Distorted Realities.
Welcome to Distorted Realities. Here are your hosts, J Rock and Frank Walls. Remember, discuss the unknown and discover your truths.
Welcome to Distorted Realities. My name is J-Rock, and alongside me is Mr. Frank Wall.
What up? What up? What up? How you doing,
Season
Mr.
2.
J Rock?
Season 2, man.
Finally.
Season 2. I'm super excited.
Me too. Me too.
You know, a little bit nerve-wracked, right? Because we want to make this good. We want to make this right. But ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Distorted Realities. My name is J-Rock again. We have a jam-packed show today. We pulled all the stops. We did everything we could to make sure that this show will be the best show you've seen so far.
Oh yeah, that's true. We even went to Cassadaga, right?
Yes, we did. And we will be showing you part 1 of that today. So, how are you?
Good, and you, sir. How are you doing?
Doing all right. It's been 2 long months.
Yeah.
2 long months. A lot of adventuring.
A lot of work too. A lot of work.
Yeah, but it wasn't work, right? Because it was fun.
It's fun. Fun work.
Yeah. So, yeah, a lot of stuff happened. We went to Cassadaga. We went to Sea Green's Haunted Museum. And now we have Rambo, who's acknowledging the show, The Hound of Hell.
That's the Rambo sign right here. You see?
Yeah,
That's a
yeah.
dog.
So with that being said, if you are a fan of Distorted Realities, guess what? You're in for a treat because now we're streaming in 3 platforms at the same time today. So if you're a Twitch person, you can go to the Distorted Realities stream handle on Twitch. And if you're a fan of Kick, you can watch Distorted Realities on Kick with the same handle. All right. And remember, if you're a fan of the show, what do you click?
You can hit like and subscribe.
That's right. Like and subscribe. So let's segue to how people can reach us, right? We have an email and we have a phone number. So we have 2 methods of you reaching out to us. The first means is email. And this is if you want to share a story and you want to be anonymous and private, we can recreate it using AI and doing a whole bunch of a plethora of different tools that we have in our little dungeon.
We also
Right.
have the website too.
Yeah, we do, but it's not complete yet.
Okay.
So I don't want to offer that up until it's
Gotcha.
complete. But the email,
coming.
contact at thedistortedrealities.com. Again, contact at thedistortedrealities.com. Send us an email if you want to share your story. Even if you want to give us a shout out, that's cool. We love emails. We read them. We actually review stuff, and it's great. Number 2, we have new players in our team, right?
Yep.
We have Alex Otero, who's our music and audio engineer. And we have Coral, who's doing our artwork, which you're going to see is phenomenal.
Our
I
team
think-
keeps growing. Our team.
Yeah. So, and of course, we have Mr. Valentine,
There you go.
who's going to provide us with a new segment called 5 Freakishly Frightening Facts. Say that fast 5
I
times.
can.
Right? So, yeah, I like your shirt.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's nice.
I think that's me. I don't know. Let me see.
Yeah. So basically,
Let me see yours. Let me see.
mine's is not going to show too well because I have this big microphone in front, but I got the hat, and we also got a brand new coffee, right? So we have the Yeti Rock Creek Coffee Blend, right? It's now complimentary to El Coco, right? Colombian coffee blend. So if you need something a little more smoother,
There
you can go the Yeti way, right? I'm partial to El Coco, but yeah, they both taste great.
That
They're
both
flavorful.
taste really good. Really good.
So new merch, and if you're interested in the merch, you can go to https://distorted-realities-shop.printify.me. Again, https://distorted-realities-shop.printify.me. www.printify.me.
And remember, if you go to the YouTube channel, or the links are in the channel, the store, Instagram, and all of the Twitch,
Right.
TikTok, all of them are in the channel.
So TikTok has its own separate shop. So if you're inside of TikTok, you can go to the TikTok shop there, and there is a Distorted Reality shop. However, some of the merchandise cannot be reproduced at the TikTok shop. You'll get shirts and some other stuff, but not the coffee and not certain items.
Yeah.
But you get it cheaper and you get free shipping. So it's something
That's
to
good.
consider.
Yeah.
All right. So we covered that. My favorite part,
Which one?
the fan of the week.
Oh.
Yeah. So we had interviewed this person
Yeah.
and she spoke about El Silbón.
That was episode 11, right?
Episode 11.
Mhm.
Yeah. So we have El Silbón, and essentially, she was so kind enough to get back to us. She's a very busy, popular individual, and she took her time to really give us
Oh, yeah.
a second chance, right? Because we had technical issues.
She gave us a break on her agenda.
Yeah. So without further ado, the fan of the week, ladies and gentlemen, how about an applause? How about an applause for this person? Fan of the week, Vanessa Galue. Thank you for your love and support. We appreciate you. So yeah, great things. So let's talk about our trip to Cassadaga. We encountered two amazing individuals,
Oh, yeah.
right? They do what we do,
Mhm.
right? And I actually went and saw their podcast. It was very impressive.
Very interesting.
Very interesting, had a lot of detail, a lot more detail than what I would come up with, right? So it's very interesting.
I saw an episode. They went to the lighthouse in San Agustin.
St. Augustine, right?
Wow.
And so these individuals, they're two women. They're called the Women of Unearthly.
Unearthly, yeah.
Unearthly, yes. So we want to show love and support. So we have their handle there for you to see. So you have youtube.com at It's Unearthly Podcast.
Shout out to Unearthly.
Yeah, shout out. So they also have a Buzzsprout account, and the handle's there, and a SoundCloud.com account. They're just like us, up and coming. They're bringing something new and refreshing and different to the table. Please check their channels out, show love and support. And yeah, we hope to see them again and hopefully collaborate and do something together. Maybe go on one of the adventures. All right. With that, right? What else we have here?
We have the Cryptid segment.
Oh, well, we're not going there yet.
Not yet?
Not yet.
Okay.
There was something else, and I just drew a blank.
About Cassadaga?
Yeah.
Which part? The cemetery one, or?
No. But you know what? I have a better idea. Mr. Valentine, it's your turn to speak up on your 5 freakishly frightening facts. So, see you soon.
Greetings and salutations, friends. My name is Mr. Valentine, and I'm here to introduce a new segment to the Distorted Realities live stream. Welcome to Mr. Valentine's 5 freakishly frightening facts. Let's get started. Number 1. Our first ever reported cryptid sighting was in 1802 by none other than our great friend, the Loch Ness Monster. Fact number 2. Did you know that there's a rare phenomenon called exploding head syndrome? This occurs when somebody's head explodes while asleep. Fact number 3. The cryptid known as the Mongolian deathworm uses a corrosive venom to dispatch of his victims. Fact number 4. The cryptid known as the bunyip is partial to eating children and women. Fact number 5. Our favorite creepy crawly, the cockroach, can live for over a week without its head. Kinda creepy. Well, those are my 5 freakishly frightening facts. Go ahead and say that 5 times fast. Well, I'm out of here, guys. I'll see you guys next week with some more. All right, J Rock and Frank Walls, back to you.
Shout out to Mr. Valentine.
Yes, Mr. Valentine, Mr. Valentine. So, yeah, it's a new segment. I think it's great.
Nice.
I think the more, it's his first time doing this. So, kudos to him for being bold to come up with this. And I thought it was a great idea.
Very brave,
So,
very brave.
So he's going to come up with some more intense things to go over. But with that, I think it's time for our first commercial.
Before that, we have Corrales Otero. Woohoo! Season 2, baby. Welcome back, guys.
Good to be back.
Good to be back. Oh, yeah, definitely.
All right. So we're going to take a quick break and let you endure this this marvelous trailer we prepped up for you guys. All right. From Hollywood Pictures Home Video Entertainment. It was the decade of decadence. Sex, drugs, and rock and roll. Look out, Michael Jackson. Here comes Starlight Riot. Get your Aquanets ready, because this time we're gonna glam out. Starlight Riot. Featuring the rockstar frontman Starlight. Now on VHS. All right, Starlight Riot.
That was awesome. That was awesome.
Yeah, so kudos to Jacob who joined in and it's sent me those pictures. He was working on an AI thing and he was like, "Yo, check this out." And I was like, "Oh man, you should send me more." And that was the idea. So, but yeah, so the phone lines are open, folks. If you want to call in and give us a shout out or tell us a story or share your experience, whether it be anonymous or not, you can call 904-803-7327, 904-803-7327. Again, you can call at any point in time.
Yeah.
With the consideration that when we do the AI videos, we put you on hold. Okay.
Let me explain this to the people
Yes.
on YouTube. I'm going to say this in Spanish. Se oye bajito porque esto es un live de Facebook. So ustedes no ven ni la mitad de lo que se va a ver en YouTube. Por eso les exhorto que vayan al canal de YouTube donde van a ver todo. Cuando no hablamos porque estamos poniendo un video en el canal de YouTube y no podemos hablar. Por eso es que se oye bajito, no nos oyen, es por eso. So, el contenido completo está en YouTube. O si van a YouTube ahora en vivo o Twitch, ahí pueden ver lo que no están viendo.
Yes.
Como la pantalla verde no se va a ver, hay de todo acá atrás, tú sabes.
Yes.
So,
So why don't you now spin this in Spanish for our Spanish speaking audience online on YouTube and Twitch and Kick.
para mi público habla hispana, ¿no? Hispano.
Español.
Español. Le damos la bienvenida, gracias por recibirnos. El primer episodio de la temporada número 2. Fuimos a Cassadaga, ahí le hicimos shout out a las personas que conocimos allá. Conocimos 2 muchachas que son hermanas y son YouTubers y tienen su propio podcast, ¿verdad? Yo creo que ellas son hasta mentalistas, yo creo que ellas son también.
No, so they are in tune with same kind of
Psíquica.
stuff we're into, psychic, spiritualism,
Yeah.
ghost, paranormal.
Ujú.
They do all that stuff.
Y entonces, pues, esperamos colaborar con ellas en un futuro, si es posible. Tienen un contenido muy interesante. So, ahí pusimos la información para que puedan seguirla, verla o contactarla. Vanessa Galú, ella es una cantante, y la hicimos fan de la semana. Hablarnos el tiempo que nos dio, nosotros la entrevistamos en el episodio 11. Y nada, aquí estamos. El Valentine segment, eso es nuevo ahora. Va a traer muchas cosas nuevas. Esta temporada viene cargada de cosas nuevas. Y el video que hicimos ahorita de
Starlight Riot.
Starlight. Sí. Y ahí ya tú sabes, y si quieren pueden llamarnos al número 803-7327. Hablamos en español, inglés. Puede venir a llamar, contar su historia, esa teoría una historia paranormal, algo que le haya sucedido, que usted dice, espérate, esto no es normal, es algo anormal o fuera de lo normal. Puede llamar al 904-803-7327. Okay?
Yeah. Anything on the chat?
Anything on the chat? We got Jacob Adorno. Hello, guys. Hello, Jacob.
Jacob.
Edwin Ibanez. You guys rock. Daniel Arroyo. What up? What up?
What up?
Jacob Adorno. Come on, J-Rock. Habla español. And Edwin Ibanez. Thumbs up. So for all of you in the chat, this is for you guys.
So now we're going to go to our favorite segment. And that is none other than, wait.
Cryptid discoveries.
All right. So here's our new template for the year, for the season. I don't think we're going to have a year's worth of season, but the Dover Demon is the first cryptid of season one. Well, season 2, episode 1.
Yeah.
So, what do you want to talk about? What do you know about the Dover
Well,
Demon?
I did a little bit of research. We need to get a teleprompter.
Yeah. That's next. That's next.
We do old fashioned. We got our research through papers and stuff. I like it like that. You know, I like to feel that I'm doing like an assignment. You know what I mean? So according to what I found was the Dover Demon. The Dover Demon is a creature reportedly sighted on April 21 and 22 in 1977 in Dover, Massachusetts, a town about 15 miles, 24 kilometers southwest of downtown Boston. While explanations have been proposed, the sightings remains unresolved. A 17-year-old William Bill Bartlett claimed that while driving on April 21, 1977, he saw a creature about 4 feet tall with glowing orange eyes and no nose or mouth in a watermelon-shaped head on top of a broken stone wall of Farm Street in Dover, Massachusetts. A 15-year-old John Baxter reported seeing a similar creature on Miller Hill Road the same evening. Another 15-year-old boy, Abby Brabham, claimed to have seen the creature the following night on Springdale Avenue. The teenagers all drew sketches of the alleged creature. Bartlett wrote on his sketch, Bill Bartlett swear on attack of Bibles that I saw his creature. So he sweated on the Bible. That wow.
All right. So here's a fun fact. The Dover Demon has the ability to see into the future.
Oh, wow.
Now, there's never been any reported hauntings or attacks or anything crazy. Just the sightings are the common thing. So nobody knows its true intention, right? Outside of roaming around, perhaps it's forecasting what's going to happen in the next couple of years.
It says here that according to the local news reporter, the location of the sightings plotted on a map laying a straight line over 2 miles. The sightings were not made public until the first half of May. At that time, a local investigator of an explained phenomenon noted similar to creatures in the Kelly Huxkinville encounter in 1955.
So the Kelly Hopkinsville encounter is based off of the Hopkinsville Goblin in Kentucky. So that's what that's about. All right. So it's akin to that. With that being said, there's not much to go on it. Let's talk about the AI.
Yeah.
I think the AI was amazing. It was fun to work with. We took a whole different approach with the AI, right? We went with the inspiration being Creepshow and the Vault of Horror and all these old comic books. So we said, you know what? We're going to do the same thing this season and see how people feel about it and if they like it. And hopefully they will find it more palatable to their viewing, right?
I just want to say something about our AI department. Really, really grateful from the bottom of my heart. You guys do an excellent job, and this shout out is for you guys.
Wrong one.
What is it?
There you go.
There you go.
Shout out to the AI department.
Yeah, they're doing an excellent job, guys.
So, you want to translate this in Spanish? El Dover Demon.
El demonio
demonio de
Dover es una criatura reportada en abril 21 del 20, abril 21 y 22 del 1977 en Dover, Massachusetts, un pueblito a 15 millas al sureste del downtown de Boston. Todavía no se conoce mucho sobre, pero hay un joven de 17 años llamado Bill Bartlett aclamadamente dijo que él iba guiando en abril del 21 de 1977 y vio una criatura como de algunos 4 pies de altura que tenía ojos que brillaban color naranja y que no tenía nariz y la cabeza parecía un melón, la forma de la cabeza, y que estaba encima de una piedra rota en la calle Farm Street en Dover, Massachusetts. Y hubo otro muchacho de 15 años que también reportó ver la misma criatura en el área Miller Hill Road, la misma tarde. Y otro muchacho más de 15 años, Abby Brabham, también dice que vio la criatura en Springdale Avenue. Aparentemente hubieron muchas sightings, ¿cómo se dice eso? Sightings.
Reporte.
Muchos reportes de que jóvenes vieron la misma criatura más o menos los mismos días o cerca de esos días por ahí. Y también un aclamado investigador de lo paranormal fue por allí y dice que se parece, es parecido a otro fenómeno que se llama Kelly Huntsville Encounter.
All right. So let's go back to the AI. So this one again was inspired by comic books of the 1960s and 70s. And I think that the that are watching it will enjoy it. Do you have anything on the chat?
I got Yvette, welcome back, guys.
Hi, Yvette.
Jacob Adorno put laughing faces. Matthew Adorno, let's go.
Let's go, Matt. Thank you.
Shout out to everybody in the chat.
So yeah, so with that being said, without further ado, Dover Demon AI video.
Let's watch it.
The Dover Demon. This particular cryptid was discovered by 3 young teens in Dover, Massachusetts. The cryptid is more akin to an alien than an actual monster. Its small body, big head, and glowing eyes create terror to those who see it. Rumor has it that the Dover Demon has the ability to see the future. Some people believe the sighting is a hoax, and what people are actually seeing is a baby moose. No attacks have been reported, but I would steer clear of the Dover Demon, as your future may not look so bright.
And that was the Dover Demon.
Very interesting. Our IT department is getting better and better and better.
Yeah, they're trying really hard. So guys, join in the chat. Let us know what you think. And we'll definitely take your feedback into consideration because we want to make sure that you guys are enjoying what you're seeing. So with that being said, let's move on to the next. This I consider a legendary cryptid.
Oh yeah.
This is up there with Bigfoot and Yeti and those tall ape-like creatures.
But that's more like ours, like
No, that's
Floridians.
Florida. Yeah, that's Florida all the way. And why? Because it likes the sun. It hates the cold. Doesn't want to be near the snow, and it's always in the swamps. It lurks out there. So this one is the skunk ape. Has a whole bunch of different names. First seen in the Everglades, Florida, 1960s. Its abilities, none. It's just a big, huge ape-like being, maybe an unspecified species of ape or humanoid ape that has been spotted throughout Florida, Texas, all the southern regions.
It said it was first attested on 1818.
Attested is different from cited.
Yeah, that's like
They can just write
about it.
about it, and it's not the same as like I saw it.
But somebody have
Well, somebody would have to see it,
See it,
but if
right?
they're doing an estimate, and it's like me saying you saw it, and I wrote that you saw it.
Oh, okay. So,
So-
it's not like a true fact. Like
Well, we don't know that yet. We
Okay.
wasn't there. We wasn't there.
what in there? You're right. So that's our version of the Bigfoot, or the Floridian
Right.
version. Wow.
So why don't you give us some information on the
got-
skunk ape?
I got some stuff here. Let me see this. The skunk ape is a large and hairy human-like mythical creature supported to inhabit the forests and swamps in the southeastern United States, most notably in Florida. It is often compared to synonymous, which are called to cousin of Bigfoot, a prominent subject within the North American popular culture.
It's
Wow.
a cousin of Bigfoot.
It's a cousin.
So they know each other.
But
Could you imagine that for a second?
Hey, what's up, cuz? What's going on, man? How's it going in Alaska? It's nice and warm down here, man. You need to come by.
He like the Sunshine State, the Sunshine State. No, even though we're gonna get almost destroyed by hurricanes, but doesn't matter. Okay, going back to the subject here, it says many dubious articles have been presented in an attempt to prove the skunk ape existence, including anecdotal sightings, disputed photograph, audio, and video recording, and cast of large footprints. The majority of mainstream scientists have historically encountered the existence of the skunk ape, considering it to be the result of a combination of folklore, misidentification, whatever, the hoax.
Let me see. Where is that at?
Right.
Oh, that's misidentification.
There you go. And hoax rather than a living animal. The skunk ape has permeated into the popular culture of the southern United States, especially in Florida. Wow. It says that is described as a bipedal human or ape-like creature, approximately 1.5 to 2.1 meters, like 5-7 feet tall, and covered in molded reddish brown hair. The skunk ape is often reported to be smaller in stature compared to traditional description of Bigfoot from the northern United States and Canada. It is named for its foul odor, often describes as being similar to a skunk. Oh, that's where the name comes from then.
I haven't taken a bath in about 5 days, cousin. That's what happened.
So yeah, that's the skunk ape in a nutshell. But yeah, the skunk ape is an interesting species, right? I think everybody that watches or is a fan of Bigfoot theory, right? And they all kind of fall into one family. And you're right, they call it cousins, but nobody doesn't even know who the original is, right?
I think I don't know.
Or you're gonna do the chupacabra thing again, right?
I think maybe it's a different
The Caribbean Bigfoot.
the Caribbean chupacabra.
Yeah, that's the problem.
It's the history says that contemporary description of the skunk ape in Florida, Georgia, Alabama folklore have occurred since European settlements first occupied their region. In 1818, local newspapers reported a story from what is now Apalachicola, Florida,
Yes, that is correct.
that spoke of a man-sized monkey riding food stores and stalking fishermen along the shore. Cryptozoologists
Cryptozoologist.
have made substantiated claims that Seminole and Mikosuki culture includes stories of a foul-smelling, physically powerful, and secretive creature called Esti Kaki, a name which roughly translated to furry tall man or hairy giant.
Why they gotta talk about me like that, cuz?
That's an insult to the
So here's my thoughts. It has been cited all over. Essentially, I think it's one of the more common ones. There are photos of it, or alleged photos that are real. And I think it makes for a great, not really a talking piece, but a great way to explore more of the Everglades, right? Because the Everglades is pretty vast, pretty desolate.
Big.
But if the Yeti doesn't get you, the crocodiles will, right? So you make sure that if you ever wanted to venture off, you go with a seasoned professional and not just some rando. Because I don't think you want to get caught up in that. But yeah, I believe in this. What do you think?
I think it could be real. You know, Florida is so big and a lot of woods. You know what I mean? And something should be there. I mean, I haven't been here living that much, but I've seen strange creature, insects. You know, snakes, everything.
Right.
It's like there's a lot of nature in here. You know,
Very, very much so.
right now there was in front of here. There was some weird birds earlier.
Right.
You know, like.
You get that a lot. I think that this is a species of apes that have not been discovered, or they're very few in amount. Maybe the foul odor is a way to deter, not attract attention, right? Because nobody that's human likes to go to stuff that's pungently bad smelling outside of cheese.
Oh, maybe his diet, and when he see, you know, the how you call that, you know, that animal, the opossum.
Yeah,
When they see you, they
play dead.
play dead. So maybe when he see you, he farts, and that's why
Why you gotta keep shooting at me like that, man?
when he see you, that's his defense mechanism.
That's what it is. Okay.
Wah!
It just lets it rip, right? But yeah, so skunk ape, very real to me. I believe in Bigfoot. I believe in the Yeti. This falls in line with me as the J-Rock stamp of approval for being legendary in the cryptid world. So
Yeah, I think I'm with you. This legendary creature, and it makes me proud because it's from where we are right now.
right.
So hey, I mean,
Yeah. So without further ado, we are now going to take you to the skunk apes domain. Check out the video.
The skunk ape. The Bigfoot-like legend of the South, known as the skunk ape, does not like the cold or the dry forest areas. It resides in the southern areas of the United States, more specifically, the Everglades. Sightings have been reported since the 1960s. This creature has been seen as far as Texas. This creature resembles Bigfoot in many ways, but it leaves a pungent odor wherever he is around. Sightings report that this creature has a mixture of red and black hair. Be extremely careful when roaming the swamps of the Everglades. Crocodiles will be the least of your worries.
So that concludes our cryptid discovery section, ladies and gentlemen.
before you go, I got somebody commenting here on YouTube. Says Edwin Ibanez. He said, will they consider this same as a ape?
As a what?
Same as a ape.
So to answer Edwin's question, it is possible that it could be a species of ape that nobody has yet to discovered. Now, the depiction is that this is of normal human size and sometimes bigger. So it depends on what people believe in and what they observe. Typically, these creatures are elusive. They don't get found fairly quickly or easily. They like to be hidden. So people who go out trekking looking for them cannot even find it by their bad smell. So this is what happens when they try to get at my boy the skunk ape.
Oh, you thought you had me, right? You thought you had me, cuz. All right.
Let me fart.
Let me rip one for you.
So yeah, so Bigfoot for me, and Yeti, you know, those species, I find them very real because I think that they're just special species. Now, let's talk about that for a second because I think it's pretty cool, right? There's some scholars and professionals in the world of cryptozoology and religious studies say that the Anunnaki created this species
Yeah.
on Earth, which is the Bigfoot, the Yeti, and all those, to harvest gold for them.
But there was a creature already, right? On their story, there was already a creature. And from that creature, they used DNA to.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Yes, they did that. So it is possible to do that, right? Like to say that that could be a possibility. If
Mhm.
we wouldn't know, but I think that it makes for a great case, great storytelling. I think.
That Anunnaki story is very interesting.
Yeah, I think we should have a segment on
Yeah.
that. Like just create a sub segment.
Yeah, we
Well,
should.
But we could replace paranormal one weekend and just put like religion or conspiracies based on
Mhm.
religion. Respectfully though to the audience,
Yeah.
without being offensive to anyone.
We got Edwin Ibanez in the chat, or just another dirt. LOL, NYC Vin, Julio Reyes, nice hats.
Thank you.
Edwin Ibanez, LOL. To everybody on Facebook, shout out to Luis Felipe, Kenneth, Ron Vasquez. Guys, jump to the link in YouTube. That way you can watch the whole show. This is what you're seeing
Right.
here is not what it is.
Exactly.
You know?
All right. So you want to talk about this in Spanish for the Spanish speaking audience? He said no. He said you got a double take.
Which part? The skunk ape?
The skunk ape, because
Yeah.
we covered the Dover demon.
Yeah. So the skunk ape. El skunk ape es una cryptid, una criatura se ha visto mucho en el área de la Florida. Apareció en el 1960. Creo que fue uno de los primeros sightings, pero antes de eso ya se hablaba sobre unas criaturas estilo mono y qué sé yo. Se reconoce por su olor, tiene un olor muy fuerte, por eso se llama skunk ape, que viene siendo zorrillo. El mono zorrillo sería en español. Skunk es zorrillo y mono, ape es mono, ¿no? Gorila. Entonces, a diferencia del Bigfoot, parece más como un orangután. Orangután, sí, el orangután. Entonces, es nativo de aquí de la Florida. Hay mucho misticismo alrededor de eso. Mucha gente lo ha visto. Ha visto muchos zoologists, cryptozoologists, que serían como personas que saben de esto y se dedican a estudiar estas criaturas y estos mitos.
Eso es la práctica de estudiar animales, how you say folklore?
Folclórico
Right, y leyenda.
y leyenda. Mitos y
Um,
leyendas.
So yeah.
Ujú.
Pero nada más son las especies de criaturas.
Sí.
No es nada más. Paranormal son
Aparte.
otro-
Ujú.
Ajá.
Y pues, mucha gente lo ha visto en la Florida. Mucha gente está muy orgulloso porque es de la Florida y dice,
Yeah.
wow, ese es de aquí, tú sabes.
Es como Lake Champlain, right?
Ujú.
Ellos tienen a Loch Ness Monster.
El Long Neck Monster.
Tienen a Nessie.
Exacto.
They adore it.
Lo adora.
Le dan adoración. Adoración, right?
Sí, sí.
Yeah, so it's kind of crazy.
Y nosotros creemos que puede ser real. Puede ser real. No sabemos, pero puede ser real porque aquí en la Florida hay mira, aquí habían hasta hay pantera. Aquí
Yeah.
hay pantera. Aquí hay fox, zorros. ¿Cómo se
Ujú.
llama el otro?
Jabalí.
Jabalíes. Aquí hay
El sand crane.
¿cómo se? Coyote.
Yeah.
Coyote.
Coyote.
Racunes. Aquí hay de todo. Arañas venenosas, culeras venenosas, cocodrilos, caimanes, lagartos.
Yeah.
De todo.
Mapinguari.
Cocodrilo, iguana, lagarto.
So yeah, man. So it's this species makes for great storytelling and great research and great exploration. So I think that maybe one day we'll get on one of those airboats and
That's a good one. That's a good
yeah, I
one.
mean that's what they do.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not gonna see me in the water anytime soon,
No,
but
hell no.
not there. But yeah, definitely on my hit list.
It's a great idea. We can do. There's You don't have to go that far. There's some places near here that do it.
Right here, there's a
Mhm.
Boggy Creek airboat.
Yeah,
which
Boggy
is
Creek.
crazy because there's a Boggy Creek monster, but I don't think it's for the state of Florida.
Could be. You have to dig into it. You have
So
to do a research.
So it just for me, it just works, right? So with that being said, I think we are done with the cryptid section, right? And I think we are allowed to get on a commercial break. So enjoy this trailer. I still can.
Watch it. Watch it.
From Hollywood Pictures Home Video Entertainment. The stunning sequel to the mega hit movie Starlight Riot, we bring you Electric Dreams. Watch Starlight as he rises to ungodly stardom, now so much Aquanet that it's electrifying. See as Starlight dazzles his fans with his glorious, glamorous chops that make the ladies go wild. Now available at VHS or wherever videos are sold. Make sure you own a copy before it's gone. All right, folks, that was Electric Dreams coming soon to a theater near you. So what's the inspiration behind this? Growing up in the 80s, there was a lot of movies that never made it to the masses, right? And they always ended up in these mom and pop video stores. And I was inspired to do something like that. So I had to do a lot of the voiceovers and sit there and, get up real close into the mic. The movie you'd never seen because it hasn't been done yet. That kind of stuff. But I hope you guys enjoyed it because I sure did. We've been laughing all day reviewing this stuff. So yeah, give us some feedback. Tell us what you think.
I got some in the chat. It says Julio Reyes. Nice. I said talk about the lizard people next video. Wow.
Oh, you want to talk about lizard men? Well, there's a whole bunch of different species. What was it? What was one of them we talked about? Algrolix.
Algrolix. Yeah.
Right. So
We got,
there's tons of them, but I'm glad that you jumped on that, Mr. Reyes, because we are going into the alien segment.
We got Corrales Otero with LOL. Julio Reyes again with LMFAOO. Laugh out loud.
Yeah, so here we go. It's time for the In Search of Alien segment. So, of course, a lot of you know that aliens are my favorite. Right? And this is based on the book that we skated.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah,
basically, let me give you some context for those of you who don't know. We break down our shows into segments, and our segments cover cryptids, aliens based on a book that describes the alien species, and this war that's happening between the Matra. Wait, I got to use my voice.
The Matra. And
Of course, the Council of Five, the good guys, right? So they're different races. Each race represents something. Some of them are not involved, but someone was collecting this information and storing it. And we took that information and we're presenting it to you. So you don't have to believe it. Some of it is crazy, unbelievable, but some of it is interesting and it incites intrigue. It makes you think, right? I love alien stories. I love the whole abduction thing and other planets and other worlds. So I'm a big fan, and I think you should say it in Spanish to the audience because we love aliens too.
Vamos a brincar ahora del segmento de las criaturas al segmento de los extraterrestres o alienígenas, ¿verdad? Entonces, siempre hemos tenido este episodio desde la primera temporada. Y entonces, nosotros tenemos un libro que el hombre aquí presente consiguió en el mercado negro. Es un libro donde habla de todas las razas extraterrestres que existen en el universo, ¿verdad? Y las veces que han venido a la Tierra, nos han visitado, cuándo vinieron, cómo son, si han hecho contacto o no con el gobierno, con algunas personas a que se dedican. Entre esas muchas razas que hay razas buenas y razas malas. Hay una raza que se llama The Council of Five, ¿verdad? El Consejo de los Cinco, esas son las razas buenas, ¿no?
Sí.
Que están, pues quieren que la humanidad prospere, llegue al nivel que ellos están, nos ayudan con cositas y eso, qué sé yo, con tecnología, cosas buenas Pero sin embargo hay otras razas que nos quieren devorar, nos quieren conquistar, nos quieren, como la raza Mitra, ¿verdad? Y hay muchas más como esas que quieren destruir la humanidad. Y hay como una guerra intergaláctica que nosotros no vemos, pero en ese libro habla sobre ello y aparentemente es un libro el cual pertenecía a Rusia, ¿no? Primero creo que era de los nazis pasó a Rusia y después llegó a la mano de Estados Unidos y a la mano de este hombre que está aquí, que es casi, ya tú sabes, un James Bond.
So, let's talk about the SMOD, but let me use my voice.
The Smod. What do we know about the Smod? They're from planet Svok. They're a peaceful species that is learning Earth's religious beliefs. They fly pyramid-shaped ships, and they're a weak species.
So, what does that all mean? Well, this species is inherently weak due to their bodies and immune systems being weak. They're unable to adapt to different environments, and they're learned people. They want to go and explore other parts of the world and other planets so that they can study the religious ideologies that or cultures and beliefs that other people have. What happened? Oh,
There you go.
yeah, so that other people have. So the idea behind this is that not all species are part of a specific group. There is no mention of them being part of the Council of Five or being part of the Matra. Some people or some of these races, they just looking to attain something that they can bring back to their home planets. That was written in the book. Some of them acquire and harvest DNA, while others use humans like cattle for sustenance. Some of them use DNA to evolve or evolve the species, whether their own or ours. Hence the term star child, right?
Yeah.
You know how they said, oh, there's a alien human hybrid called the star child, and you see them and they've been reported and stuff like that. My personal favorite is Indigo.
The good.
But yeah, so yeah, there's a lot of different things going on, but this is a very peaceful race. The AI video for it was very interesting. Yes, I did. Some of the content can be a little bit offensive because some people they take their beliefs very seriously. But please understand that when you see this, if you see an alien talking to the Pope, it's not a personal attack at the Pope or the Vatican. It's just what we found in the writings. We're just portraying them. Okay. But with that being said, I think it's time to go back to our group.
Let me read something about SMAD. If
Yes.
it says they come from planet Svok. Svok. Constellation Batterai.
Right.
Their ships have a conical shape. They resemble humans in appearance. According to one alien race, they only have 6 ships fleets. How big they are, we don't know, but that could sound like not like little, but it could be a lot, you know.
Yeah. So there are races that have one big ship that holds millions of people.
Exactly. Then they colonized 20 planets. 18 of them were inhabited. They first visit Earth on 2,500 years ago and are very interested in our religious belief. They are a race in decline, weakening according to other alien races.
Yeah.
So, very interesting.
So it's sad, right? It's so ironic that always the nice one kind of ends up with the bad situation, right? But I like this alien race. I like the fact that they're actually wanting to learn about something that we do, right? A lot of the times there's an old saying, and I think Stephen Hawking said it best. If there's an alien species that can travel to Earth, there's no way they're going to want to be your friends.
No, they're gonna
Because if they made it to Earth before you made it anywhere else, they have the technology and the capacity to do whatever they want. They're here to get something out of it.
They're gonna colonize us. They're gonna slave us. They're gonna get some resources,
Right.
like the same time we did with the Indians. You know, that when they call Christopher Columbus discovered America,
Right.
it's gonna be the same process all over and over again. Even here, you still see it how one country fight to another. So imagine,
Right.
it's sad, but it's true.
So I like this one, and I think it's time for us to show the video.
Roll it.
And in the words of my friend, it's gone and no longer with us, Macho Man Randy Savage. On to the video scope.
The Smod. Not much is known about the species. They are from the constellation Battery and originated in planet Svok. They possess some human resemblance with an organic crown on their heads. They have colonized over 20 planets, in which 18 of them were already inhabited. They first visited Earth 2,500 years ago and are in pursuit of learning Earth's religious beliefs. They are a declining species due to their lack of adaptability and weak immune systems. This species is considered friendly to Earth citizens, and its pursuits are a noble one. Their ships are pyramid-shaped. They were last seen in the Vatican City.
And on to the next one.
Wow. Well, the next alien race that we have here is called the Tengri Tengri. That's
Tangri Tangri.
like
From the planet Tangri.
that's wow.
You can't make that up. It's like that's
Right?
a
Like Tengri Tengri.
trifecta.
They come from planet Tengri, galactic sector 56, the star system F1342. They live underground and have a population of 10 million. First visit to Earth in 10,000 years ago. They do not need an atmosphere or water to survive. They have one ship that can accommodate 5 millions of their kind. They have had contact with humans, governments throughout the history. Last known sites near Buenos Aires, Argentina, in 2003.
So here's a fun fact.
Wow.
What do you call a species that doesn't need an atmosphere or water to survive?
A microbe?
An extremophile.
Extremophile?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. See, I'm smart.
That's
I got smarter.
That's a Sunday word.
Yeah. So here's another interesting fact. They are weapon experts, and from the last article that I read, they are looking to overtake the U.S.
Wow.
or the world, the planet Earth, not the U.S. So they're in preparation. They're hiding from the ground and ready to make their grand appearance. So this particular race reminds me of the Predator.
Oh, look. In the chat. With Jacob Castro. I'm late, but I'm here.
Welcome,
Finally,
Jacob.
finally, man.
Better late than never.
Listen. And then we got Julio Reyes. AI is scary. Amazing. Nick Ving, they not good on Earth. Oh, they're not.
Which one? The Tangri Tangri?
The Tangri, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, not all species start off bad and not all species end up good, right? But this particular species doesn't need anything from us, right?
No.
So for me, it's a no-brainer. It's just about power tripping and control. So yeah, so this reminds me of the Predator,
It looks like the Predator,
right?
right?
This one I use very new AI.
Oh,
So there's
you said
new-
you or the
it was
IT
a new-
department?
it was the IT department. So this new AI came out and it kind of makes the frame rates and the imagery looks a little better. But I think the individuals will enjoy it a great deal because as we keep progressing every week, something new comes up and we at the IT department test it out.
You know what? I want to see how can I get in contact with those aliens because all of them, they always have something in common.
What is that?
They have abs. They always have. I never seen a chubby alien. They're all like rib,
Oh, yeah.
abs.
They don't eat McDonald's.
That's why. They
Yeah,
don't,
there you
they
go.
don't have fat food in there.
They don't eat fast food.
That's what it is, probably.
But yeah, I like this race. I like the makeup of it, the description of it. I'm disappointed that it's opposed to us. But here's another crazy fact: they're not involved with the Matra.
No? So they're
No,
like
they're
they're
not.
rogue. They're rogue.
They're rogue, and one of their ships can fit how many people?
Like 1 million, 50 million, something like that?
You see what I'm saying? So at this point,
Where is it? Let me see how many was it. 5 million of their kind in one chip.
one ship.
That chip needs to have smelly.
Hopefully, they're not putting them like a can of sardines, right? So yeah, so this is the Tengri Tengri, and I think at this point it is safe to say that we don't like you, Tengri.
No, we
Go
don't.
back to your planet, Tengri. Tengri.
We don't need you here, Tangri. Go to Planet Tangri.
That's it. All right. So without further ado, it's the Tengri Tengri AI video short.
Tengri Tengri. The home planet is Tengri, located in the galactic sector 56. Their star system is F-1342. They have visited Earth 10 years ago. The Tengri Tengri is an underground species that does not require an atmosphere or water to survive. They currently have one ship that can allow for 5 million of their kind to travel. They have contacted several human governments throughout their time on Earth. It appears they're priming an attack on Earth in attempts for a takeover. They are versed in Earth and advanced alien weaponry. They were last seen on Earth at Buenos Aires, Argentina in 2003.
So we're back.
We're back. That's interesting.
We're back.
They're wild.
Tengri. You know how they say that in Spanish? Tengri hambre. Tengri hambre. Where is it? Where is it?
Tingri, 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 tingri. Es un tingri, tingri, nene. Tingri, tingri.
So yeah,
Ay, Dios mío.
can't make it up, right? So paranormal.
We encountered some paranormal stuff in
Oh
Cassadaga.
yeah, we did, but that's being reserved for next week. And we're gonna release some footage later on when we're finished with the episode today on TikTok and Instagram because they're short pieces of some weird audio and experiences that happened to one of our guests. But what do we know about the paranormal?
Oh, look, I got a comment here for Mrs. Corrales Otero. It said, but can you imagine a evil fat alien running after you? Wow.
I mean, unless it eats people, right?
Yeah, that would be
So
scary.
it's possible.
LOL. That's funny. That's funny. Yeah.
So yeah, so why don't you explain to the world what paranormal is before we segue
Yeah.
into the paranormal?
Yeah. Paranormal is something that is not normal, something that is abnormal, and something that is not is abnormal. Abnormal, no normal, or not normal. There you go.
There you go. So
Out of normal.
out of the norm, right? So real quick, for those of you who've never been on the show before or never seen it, the paranormal segment, we review videos from TikTok and other sources in the interwebs, and basically we review them, we share them with you. You probably seen them, you probably not, might not have seen them. However, we like to watch them and share it with you guys and see what you think, right? So, without further ado, we're gonna go to the trailer for Glamfire. However, we're gonna check it out in Spanish.
It's the Telemundo version of Glamfire. You need to watch this guy. Whoever's in Facebook, jump to YouTube. You're gonna love this.
All right, folks. Trailer 3. Glamfire. From Hollywood Pictures Home Video Entertainment.
En un mundo apocalíptico lleno de persecuciones, tanto a pie y en motocicletas, tiroteos, enfrentamientos, artes marciales y luchas callejeras, armas, explosiones, agresiones y cualquier situación violenta o intensa, hay un hombre y él es el héroe que nadie quiere, pero sí el que ellos necesitarán. Starlight Riot en fuego ardiente. Esta noche en Telemundo.
And that was Glamfire for you guys. En español, Telemundo. So we have a little fun with this, only because we, like we said before many times in the show, is we don't take ourselves too serious. We want to make sure that it's an inclusive channel where people can feel that they can get in, participate, join the conversation. It's not, again, not meant to be offensive. It's just we're not professionals or experts in any of the subject matter. We're just like you, curious. We're endeavoring to explore and share that information. So we hope that every now and then we throw something at you guys that you can enjoy and be passionate about. And I'm going to turn it to Frank so he can tell you that en español. Telemundo.
Bueno, nosotros no nos tomamos muy serio. Simplemente cuando hay que ser serio, pues somos serios. Cuando las personas llaman, nos cuentan su historia, ahí somos serios y ponemos nuestra cara seria y nos ponemos serios y la cogemos las cosas en serio. Pero normalmente nos gusta estar un poco así, pues, tirar nuestras bromas aquí y allá, para que la gente se ría, porque lo importante es que pasen un buen rato, que disfruten el programa, ¿no? Y eso es un conocido de nosotros que es buena persona y nos ayuda mucho con el programa también. Y hemos estado haciendo unas bromitas aquí y allá y creo que nos quedó muy bien, ¿verdad?
Éxito.
Éxito. Y entonces ese es el famoso Jacob, ¿no?
Jacob, yes.
Jacob. Shout out to Jacob. Y nada, estamos aquí. Saben que pueden llamar siempre al número 1904-803-7327. Recuerden, 1904-803-7327. Pueden llamar y contarnos su historia. Si ha tenido alguna historia paranormal, fuera de lo normal o abnormal, pueden llamar y contárnosla. Créeme que le vamos a coger muy en serio y vamos a preguntarle y hablar y usted puede poner lo que sea.
That's a great thing to really point out. You don't have to call and give us your name. You're very respectful. Keep it anonymous if that's what you want. With that being said, you also get free merch. So if you call, you get a cool shirt. You might get a good hat. You might even get a really nice coffee, right?
Si llaman, déjame decirles en español para que si llaman, pueden, a los que llaman le enviamos mercancía, ¿no? Ya sea una taza, un café, o una de las gorras. Así que si alguna vez ha tenido alguna historia paranormal, llámenos. No tiene que decir su nombre si no quiere. Puede estar en anonimato. Y entonces no hay problema con eso, ¿me entiendes? Pero si llama y participa, le damos mercancía de nosotros. Como favor, ¿no? Gracias por llamar.
Yes. So I think it's time for us to go where no man has gone before, because if you're alive, you cannot be one, and that's a ghost. So let's go to the paranormal section right now, and let's get going. All right, folks, this is the paranormal segment, and this is when we review videos that we find in the interwebs, TikTok, Instagram. We'll look it up. If we find it, we share it. We share our thoughts. Now,
amigos, este es el momento donde compartimos videos de TikTok y de la interweb para cosas paranormales para compartirlos con ustedes.
Yes. Thank you, sir. So yeah, we do that, and
sí, hacemos eso.
Right. Yeah. I don't know. I think that you're deserving of the the mimic is real.
I'm trying to.
But yeah, no. So in all seriousness, we review these videos. Some of it is weird. Some of it is not. Some of it is funny. Some of them is unbelievable. Like literally, Like you won't believe it. But we do it and we enjoy it because we find some really funny stuff, right? Like
Some of them are scary.
remember that like the dog licking the cage
The-
or the cat?
yeah.
Uh
That little girl was very scary.
the possessed girl
Yeah. Oh my god.
in Mexico.
I had like nightmares.
I have like 4 different versions of that video.
Oh wow. That's crazy.
And I've seen it because I'm just trying to figure out where was this from, right? So yeah.
Yeah, guys, todos los que están en Facebook, brinquen para YouTube para que vean todo el contenido que tenemos. Aquí simplemente están viendo un pedacito de lo que es. Brinquen para YouTube, ahí está el link. Vayan allá para que puedan ver. Saludos a Joel Cruz, Javi Menéndez, Gabán, Eduardo Tirado. Saludos a todos en Facebook. Brinquen para YouTube para que vean todo el contenido del programa.
All right. Anything on YouTube?
YouTube.
On the chats. Before we proceed.
Matthew Adorno looks like a great movie. Ha 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 ha. Edwin Ibanez, please can't take it no
All right,
more.
We got another call.
We got a caller from New York.
Distorted Realities. This is J Rock. Hold on one second. We're trying to make sure that your phone is in sync with ours. Can you speak into the phone? I'll plug this in, sir.
1 second. Don't hang up.
Hello, can you hear us? However,
Please leave your message.
oh,
We got a tone. We got a tone.
Hello, you guys.
Distorted Realities. This is J Rock and Frank Walls.
How are you doing, sir?
How you doing, guys? How you doing?
Good, good. And you, sir?
Yes, I want to touch back on the Tringy Tringy. Yeah,
Tringy
if I'm
Tringy.
saying it right.
Tangry, tangry.
Funny. Yeah. So this is something that caught my attention. It's just curious how people could consider that as that movie, like The Predator.
Yes, sir.
And it's just catching because they make these movies and stories, and it's just a little curious how you just mentioned how this thing popped up, and then all of a sudden people make movies, people make these stories, like, and it's just something that it catch my mind, like this is something that probably been going on for years but never really was told, something that's been always hiding.
Right. So I have something. I have something to answer. If you want an answer about that, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
All right. Can someone in the audience that's on the chat say they can hear me and Edwin talk? Very good. Before we continue, I just want to make sure everybody can hear this.
Can someone on the chat can comment on the YouTube that you can hear the audio caller and us at the same time?
All right. So I'm going to switch the camera to me because I think it's better if I see
Yeah.
you while I'm talking to you. I'm pretty sure you're watching the show. So here's what happens. When you look at a book and you open a book, that has to be created, right? When you look at a documented evidence that's created from nothing, that nothing is not nothing. It comes from something, whether it's historical or created, it holds some truth. There's an old saying, there's a sliver of truth in every story. For example, nobody believes in dragons, right? And I'm saying this loosely. I'm not saying it's as a fact. Some people might not believe it. However, if you look at the ancient texts and the ancient writings and some of the shields and sword, what do you see? Dragon emblems, right? So that means that it must have come from somewhere. So this idea that
Exactly.
that this alien could have been the inspiration for the predator creature is very real. The thing is, information is what makes people smart and powerful. If you get the information first, you get the advantage of being able to create any story you want. Is
Got
that
it. Yes. And that's exactly what I've been thinking. But it's just that out of all this time and all these years, it's like now is what things are coming into reality. That's what I believe. Like it's being told now, but it's
so?
always been hidden for so many years.
So here's the problem. It's one of those things that we tend not to want to talk about because we're taught otherwise, right? Science fiction becomes science fact. When we were kids, right? All of us, if you was born in the 80s or 70s, the technology was different. It was stuff we saw on TV, right? You ever seen that? Well, we should do a video because it's funny. You ever seen when the PlayStation 1 came out?
That was the bomb.
Right? But everybody was like, oh, the graphics are so real. And there was a whole bunch of polygons, right?
Yeah.
A whole bunch of boxes.
Yeah.
And then the PlayStation 2 came out. Oh, the realism is so much. I could see the pores on the skin and all this stuff, right? And then now we're at PS5.
And
now there's no distinction between a human being and a 3D
AI.
model.
Yeah.
Right? But all of this is thought out first. It has to be conceived in the mind and created by someone.
It's like this is an example. When I was a kid, I used to watch Inspector Gadget,
Right?
and the little girl used to have a book that was kind of like a computer.
Right.
And now we have laptops
And tablets.
and tablets, and that was not for that era. That was not even, we don't even think about it. Our computer were like boxy, big, you know.
Right.
So hey, and like the Power Rangers used to talk to a watch,
Right.
and now we got the iWatch.
Yeah. So, yeah. The Apple Watch.
The Apple Watch. You can talk to it. You can do a lot of stuff. You know. That's
So I'm sorry to cut you off, Edwin. So what do you think? Does that answer your question?
That's awesome, guys. That's something that I want to say that that's on the point. I believe that great your position. And I appreciate that, guys.
We lost you there for a second, Edwin.
Yes. No, I'm sorry. It's just that I'm driving. I may lose you guys, but I want to say thank you. Yes, that answered all the questions.
All right, Edwin. So what would you like for us to send you? We'll send you a coffee. We'll send you a mug. A hat?
A cup.
A cup? Okay. No problem.
Anything.
All right. We'll send you something. Thank you so much. And we appreciate you calling.
thank you, Edwin.
All right, guys, man. Enjoying the show, man. Love you guys, man.
All right, man.
Shout out.
Thank you. Bye. All right. That was pretty cool. So now we're moving forward to the paranormal segment.
In this
Alright,
last
so here's the
video,
first video.
a woman named Rosanna is lying in bed when the most disturbing thing is caught on camera. Now, although she was terrified to the point of being paralyzed by fear, she tries her best to film this incident, and for good reason. Getting this on camera would be the best evidence she's had so far in trying to prove that something isn't right with her apartment. Her place is not what it seems, and it's for this reason that her children can't live with her. Things at home have gotten so bad that she fears for their safety, including her cats. In one video, Rosanna's cat does this. Rosanna's choice to keep her family away from this place is mainly due to this and many other occurrences. But as of recent, something's happened that's fully convinced her to keep not just the family away, but also herself. It's late at night when this is captured. Now, Rosanna states that during this moment, she had seen a shadowy figure appear right behind the door. Soon after, she began to black out as though she was intoxicated. The entirety of this incident is without a doubt pretty freaky. But while it still remains inconclusive on what occurred that night, Rosanna is certain that she won't be staying here for long. Until she has the funds to find another place, Rosanna will continue to own this strange apartment and presumably capture more evidence of these happenings. But as always, let me know your thoughts on this one.
All right, so that video was from Silver Shade One at TikTok, and basically it's French, right? That individual was experiencing a haunting. I liked it. I think that was very
That was scary.
very organic, right?
Dicen que el fantasma le decía, ¿cómo te le vu?
Yeah, sí mismo. so yeah, I like this one. I think if it's not the whole too dark, but it's very real. You saw stuff being thrown out, the lights flickering. Typical of a haunting, right? Not crazy or that, but it just felt real.
When the ghost told him he's French, he told him, ¿Cómo te le vu? The guy said, comme si comme ça, comme si comme ça.
So yeah, so I think this one was a good one. Not the best one, but a good one. So now we're gonna go to Japan.
"お分かりいただけただろうか。もはやこの世にはいない彼。ここに映ったものが彼を別の世界へと連れて行ったとでも言うのだろうか。
All right, that was crazy. It reminded me of it's that movie Ju-on, Grudge.
The Grudge, I think it was.
Yeah, right. But that's very common out there in Japan.
That's a Japanese video, right?
Yeah, that's a Japanese video.
¿Tú sabes cómo le dicen electricista en japonés?
One of these.
Yoquito foquito.
So yeah, so yeah, I liked it. Not the scariest thing. I like the first one. The first one feels more real.
Yeah.
This one feels more like somebody edited some way somehow. Who's there?
We got people in the chat. Come on, let's see. We got here Matthew Adorno. Yup, we'll run out already. Matthew Adorno needs some holy water. I got some in my backpack. Matthew Adorno. What area wasn't very awesome to watch? Coralie Sotero. Why is it that all Japanese ghosts look like a small pale child or the Grudge? I hate it.
Yeah,
You're right.
You're absolutely right. That's why I kind of felt a little bit. It's really well made, but you could tell that that's the problem. It's made. It's not real.
Yeah.
It's like from the Rings, Sadako, right? That Samara in English.
Yeah.
But the embodiment of that gets overplayed so much that after a while it loses its fear factor.
Mm-hmm.
This felt that way, but I think we saved the best for last. I hope. So let's take a look at it.
Bring it on.
I didn't just see a fucking hand. You mad or what? You mad I threw that fucking helmet at you? Do it again. Make some noise. Show me you're fucking real. pussy. Fuck your fucking island. Show me. Fucking Satan ass motherfucker. Show me. Prove to me that you're fucking real. Do it, pussy. What, you mad? Show me. Swing some shit. Make them noises and shit that you did when you woke me up. Do it. Do it, pussy. Do it. Oh my fucking gosh, bro. Bro. Hey! Hey, chill the fuck out. I'm tired of your shit. Hey! Cut that shit off. Shut the fuck up.
So that video was from Nightmare Fuel. I forgot to mention who the other one was from. Let me just scroll all the way to the end. Oh, this one doesn't have it. So Japanese ghost videos.
It's ghost videos.
Yeah, so that last one was also believable, right? It could have been somebody behind the door, right? But it still feels more believable than the one in the middle.
Could be the wind.
But here's what I think. I think whenever we talk about ghost stories, we're looking to find irrefutable evidence that there's some entity there, right? It's no longer good enough that we toss things or that things get moved and things fly. So
You want to see like a shadow, like
Right,
a
right.
fear.
you want to see like, oh, the thing is touching my face. My face feels cold. You know, that kind of stuff.
Well, I don't want.
I don't either. And after Cassadaga, I sure as hell don't want to experience that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this concludes our paranormal reviews. Not the best, but not the worst. And next week, I think it's going to be a lot more darker and a lot more scarier
Wow.
because there are some demonic possession stuff that I'm going to put out.
Ooh.
So for those of you who are not into that, stuff, I suggest that you don't watch it when we do air it. But again, we don't mean to offend anyone. We just present it as is.
We just want to show you what it is. There's a spiritual world that we don't see, and we're not experts, but we just try to show you because sometimes we're so focused on the daily stuff that we forget that there's something.
There's something beyond,
Exactly.
there's something beyond our visibility that exists.
Exactly.
That's what I feel and I believe. So I think it's just something good to note and share and for you to be your own best and worst critic. That's where our slogan is: discuss the unknown and discover your truths. So before we move on to the last segment, Cassadaga. So what's going to happen is that we're going to give you a brief moment of silence in which you're going to watch about an 8 to 10 minute video of our experience in Cassadaga. And then we're going to talk about that first part. Next week, we'll be playing the second half of it and, I guess encapsulate everything that's going on there. So I think at this point, without further ado, we're going to go into the creepy segment where we're going to talk about Cassadaga and the Devil's Chair. So enjoy the video and just bear in mind, don't judge me. All right. It was our first time editing. editing this stuff, and we try to be as
Yeah.
sharp and as professional as possible. But sometimes these things are just way too over our heads, and we just say, "Hey, you know what? Just do the best you can." However, I'm open to constructive criticism, nonetheless. So,
In Spanish. I mean,
yes, absolutely.
Vamos a presentar ahora parte del reportaje que hicimos desde Cassadaga, Florida, de la famosa silla del diablo, que se llama en Cassadaga, Florida. Cassadaga, Florida es un pueblito que se considera la capital de lo que es el misticismo, lo que es son psíquico, mentalista, todas esas cosas. Es un
Spiritualist, too.
espiritualismo y todas esas cosas. Se considera la capital del mundo. Ese pueblito está aquí en Florida. Se llama Cassadaga. Recorrimos el pueblo completo esta vez que fuimos y tienen un templo, tienen tienda, hay un museo embrujado. Está la silla del diablo que se encuentra en el cementerio. Aparentemente, si vas a esa silla a las 12 de la medianoche y pones una cerveza, la dejas ahí, al otro día la cerveza aparece vacía, pero cerrada, y mucha gente va a ir a hacer supuestamente pactos satánicos con el diablo y cosas así. Nosotros no hacemos esas cosas.
No, we don't.
Al revés, soltamos a la gente que no lo
But
haga.
we are bold. We actually went there
Sí.
and
Sí, fuimos para traérselo a ustedes, para que vean que hay gente que sí cree en estas cosas, gente que sí hace estas cosas, y es una manera de hacer un reportaje y llevarle a ustedes una cosa que no todo el mundo sabe. O sea, nosotros lo descubrimos, averiguamos, lo visitamos y vamos a traerle los videos para que los disfruten.
right. So,
Without further ado, Cassadaga, Florida, Part 1, The Devil's Chair.
Roll out.
Here we are in Cassadaga, Florida, founded by George Colby in 1875. We are at the cemetery in the town, and what makes this so impressive is that the town is filled with spiritualism and a spirit camp, all created by one man. However, what really piques our interest is what lies right behind us, better known as the Devil's Chair. Why is it called that? Why are people reporting cases of things that happen when they sit on that chair? We're here to find out.
all right, folks. Here's a little background regarding Cassadaga. The Cassadaga Spiritualist Camp in Florida was founded by George P. Colby in 1865. The town was founded in 1895, and in 1897, George left the church and became a medium. As a medium, he traveled throughout various spiritualist centers to display his skills as a medium. While living in Cassadaga, Colby became one of the resident mediums and conducted lectures. Topics such as ESP, telekinesis, levitation, healing, and talking to those who passed became all the rave in Cassadaga, which lured more and more residents with these same innate abilities. And over time, Cassadaga has earned the title as the psychic capital of the world. As for George, he never married. He did adopt several boys and took care of their education. But sadly, George's health declined. He lost all his wealth until the time of his passing on July 27, 1933.
Hey folks, you're in for a treat. Cassadaga, Florida is the psychic capital of the world. So for those of you who are in tune with this particular medium, you might find it to be the place for you to come and visit. Now, this place was founded by George P. Colby in 1875, which gave birth to the spiritualist movement and also the spiritualist camp. So why don't you come to Cassadaga, Florida and take a look.
The real mystery for us was the Devil's Chair, which lied at the cemetery at Cassadaga. There are various legends that revolve around this chair. We actually visited the location on 2 separate occasions, and boy, were we in for a treat. We brought a close friend, Malcolm, on the second trip to get his take on the location, see what he felt, right? Back to the legends. The first legend states that when someone sits on the chair, within a certain time frame, the devil will speak to them. Another legend states that if you leave a sealed can of beer there, the devil himself will drink it at night. The next day, you can go back to visit the chair and you'll find that the beer can is empty but still sealed. The third one, which is my favorite, is and it's the most thought-inducing, is that whoever sits on the chair is doomed to have a bad experience. My take on it is that it was a bit ominous, but the cemetery overall gave us a very peaceful sense around that location. So guess what? We sat on the chair.
You know, when we go on these adventures, we don't always get the opportunity to bring people who are interested in these kind of things. And we were in luck because we have a very important person. His name is Malcolm. He's coming with us today, and he's going to share and articulate what he's feeling, his experience here at Cassadaga Cemetery.
We then proceeded to visit the grave markers and pay our respects as we're disrupting the location. Shortly thereafter, Frank got his EMF detector and started doing some readings.
Hi guys, this is Frank Walls, once again from the famous Devil Chair in Cassadaga, Florida. We got a meter over here. Let's see what we can find. I'm supposed to press here. I got some signals here. Oh. Yeah. Oh wow. So I guess that's a proof that there's some type of energy in the area. You know, this time we came with a meter, and apparently we cashing on something here. So yeah, be careful, guys.
So what makes the Devil's Chair so impressive? It starts with its origins. It's a family called the Thatcher family. And apparently, they lost someone very important in their life, and they came and set up this foundation in order to make a deal with the devil. Apparently, it failed and resulted in the loss of even more loved ones. To this day, people claim to sit on the chair between midnight and 3 a.m. to speak with the devil to find out, 1, how long they're going to live, or 2, who's their loved ones, or their most cherished.
How you doing, guys? This is Frank Walls, and like you see, we're once again here at the Devil's Chairs. This time we came with a meter, and you can see we got 2 cans of beers. That means that probably last night at midnight somebody packed it with the devil, probably 2 people. So that's how the story goes. If you want to do a deal with the devil, you bring a beer, and on the next morning it's gonna be empty. So apparently somebody was here last night, and the evidence right here. You see, we got some readings, the EMF reader. So I think this is real, man.
So after we do the reading, Frank and I go check up on Malcolm and just get his thoughts on the location and what his perception is on Cassadaga.
So this is your first time in a cemetery here in Florida, right?
Yes, it is.
So given the history and everything we discussed with you, what's your take on what you're seeing now?
Pretty interesting. Kind of a weird vibe coming over here with everything that was said about this place, but it's pretty chill, pretty calming.
Right.
What do you think about the story of the Devil Chair and all that?
It's
kind of spooky, right?
Yeah, kind of spooky. I wouldn't make any deals with the devil. That's kind of crazy. No, yeah, amen. No bad negative energy my way.
So all in all, you know, you're a younger guy. You know, you don't contemplate things like the afterlife or dying anytime soon, right? Now that you know we're all going to be here at some point, how do you view life in general now?
Kind of appreciate it more, you know. Try to spend as much time you can with people. You never know when your time is up.
That's good. That's really good. Well, Malcolm, thank you so much for coming
Thank
with us.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me. I appreciate it. Thank you.
And he'll probably be joining us in more future adventures. So
hopefully,
stay tuned. It's surreal, right?
Yeah.
But what I get out of this place is the peacefulness and the tranquility that comes out of it. And it's a stark reminder, I guess, for all of us to understand that we're all going to end up here. And how you live your life is going to matter more so than when you go.
Exactly.
Because at the end of the day, this is where we're all going to end up, in your local town or your state or your country. So I guess the biggest takeaway is don't broker a deal with the devil to cut your life short. Instead, live life to the fullest.
Enjoy your life, and remember, we're all gonna end up here. So try to be the best person you can with others. You know, that's our message over
That's
here.
really the message for us.
And don't pack with the devil.
Don't broker deals.
Yeah, don't do that. Yeah.
So with that being said, I think that to all the folks that allowed us to come into the cemetery, all these souls, thank you so much for having us here. We did have a couple of strange instances.
Yeah.
But I think that we can put this place to bed and say, yeah, there's an allure and mystique to this place, and it's definitely a place worth visiting for those who are curious and into this kind of stuff.
There's definitely an energy. You can feel it. You know, we catch some readings with this, and yeah, I mean, it's real, man.
So now that we're done with the Devil's Chair, we're heading out to the actual township of Cassadaga. So stay tuned next week for part 2, where we visit Sea Green's Haunted Museum. By the way, for those of you who are interested in looking at the reels that we did not post, they will be on TikTok, where we actually caught some strange occurrences. So check it out on TikTok and Instagram. So that was Cassadaga, the Devil's Chair. What were your thoughts? Like, how did you feel now that this is all said and done, right? Because we never got to speak about it afterwards, right? We just was excited that we did it, and we never really spoke about this, you know, like the aftermath.
Well, we promise and we deliver. We said we were gonna go there on season 1, and we did our research or everything, and I think that place has some weird vibes. You know, you
You know
can
what?
feel like
Let's
the
stop
energy.
right there for a
Mhm.
second. I'm gonna hold you up for a second. Let's go to the talking scene because we got a nice little background music we can talk about it
Yeah.
with some nice. Go ahead.
Okay.
Floor's yours.
Okay. So
Sorry about that.
no, I'm saying that Warlord DGGP sets amazing video. Yeah, thank you, sir. I just want to shout out the person that was doing the recording. Shout out to that person.
Mr. Valentine.
Very, very great. Can we give a shout out to
Yeah.
shout out to Mr. Valentine, because those videos were amazing quality. You know, the way he left the camera steady and all that.
Right.
That was amazing. So my thoughts about Cassadaga is you can feel the energy. There's something there. You know what I mean? You can feel the energy. You can feel the vibe. It was made like that. No, it was made by as a spiritual camp first,
Right.
and all that, and you can feel the vibes. You can feel the energies everywhere. You know, when we went to the haunted museum, you know how the things that happened there. You know, at the cemetery. You know, when we went with the EMF reader, it was lighting up. You know, I think it's normally those machines, they light up when there's some energy or electricity or something near frequencies, and a stone doesn't have
Right.
none of that. And you
Right.
see how was the EMF reader was getting some signals there, and there was no electrical stuff near the machine. You know, we did it on plain sight for everybody to see, and it was very interesting. You know, that's
Yeah.
very it make you think a lot of stuff. You know what I mean? Like wow, you know. And the times we went there was always cans. cans of beers there. And
Empty cans
Yeah.
of beers without the lids
exactly.
open.
And,
And we verified that they were not punched in or
Exactly.
anything like that.
And one of the times we went, we saw like a belt
Right.
that was like weird handwritings, like on the grave.
With satanic carvings.
Yeah,
stuff
there
like
was
that,
even
so.
some like poker cards with
The
the
Ace of Spades.
and it had the pentagram on it.
Yeah.
So it's weird stuff that they do there. I mean, we don't how you say that, we don't vouch for you to go there and do this stuff. We just bring you this as
Presenting the facts.
Exactly. The way we see it. We just reporting you the facts. And very interesting place to go. A lot of people go. That's how we saw the two girls from the podcast that were looking for a particular grave of the town founder.
Yeah, that's George Colby.
Yeah. And I mean, it is what it is. I think it's a magical place. Magical in a good way, magical in a bad way. Nah, that I don't know. But I mean, there's weird stuff going on there.
Right. So I guess
What
it's
about
my-
you? What about you?
So I guess it's my turn. So my thoughts on Cassadaga. It is everything that I thought would be, a little bit extra. And here's why. The first one is you go in there and you get this sense of peacefulness that is weird to explain. Now it's hard to say that because as living beings, you don't typically find peace in a place where there's dead. Your brain goes somewhere else, right?
Yeah.
And it goes into the zombies, the horror, right. And it was the first time I walked into a place. And I've been to several cemeteries for fun when I was a kid. So this is the first time I went, and I was like, wow, like it's so calming. But then there's the feeling of the chair, right? And it was kind of ominous. Like you could feel the weight.
Yeah.
And then it almost felt like there was peacefulness, but like you was being watched.
Mm-hmm.
And you couldn't explain how. Because listen, we were in the middle of nowhere. The cemetery sat literally in the middle of nowhere. It's very small and very ornate, very, small little piece of land, and everything
Yeah.
else is just one way in and then another way out. That was it.
And very old graves too. Like they're
Very
really
old. Yeah, very old. There's some unmarked graves. Yeah.
There was one made out of wood too.
Yeah. So you really do feel the energy there is different. And then there's stuff that we didn't post because we wanted to put it on the other social media platforms. And the first one was the audio issues.
Yeah.
It almost sounded like there was somebody talking over.
Like a voice of a woman or something.
Yeah. So we had that. We had a couple of experiences where it was just like, wait, what is this? This wasn't happening before, and it's happening. Mind you, we checked all the equipment. All the equipment that we used was fully charged. They're not damaged. They're working fine. But then what happened a couple of hours after that, when we actually went to the town, kind of solidified it. At Sea Green's Haunted Museum, and then going to the Vortex.
One of our guys got feeling sick from his stomach over there.
Yeah, so you'll see all of that next week. However, what can I say about Cassadaga as a whole? It's a beautiful place. It really is. If you are into the supernatural, psychic ability, ESP, telekinesis, spiritualism, the works, that is a place where you will fit right at home.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you're a skeptic and you just like being in that scene, it is so peaceful. I mean, it's so weird to describe. However, when you are keen on your senses, you will feel the weight of eyes. And that's what really freaked us out, that nobody was watching us, but we felt like we were being watched.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, the lady from Sea Green's Haunted Museum, she was such a kind lady.
Oh, yeah.
And she kind of warned us that things were hot and heavy in the museum that day.
Yeah, the spirits were acting up.
Yeah, so I'm excited to show next week's other half where we actually go into the town. But the overall myth of the Devil's Chair for me was, we sat on the chair. We did feel energy that was not like the typical energy you would feel. I don't know if it's the environment or the actual legend being real. Thank God nothing's happened. We're okay. We're alive and well. However, it did sit on our heads for a little bit. But we're troopers. That's what we do. We go out there and we give you the full gamut so that you can see it in action. And those videos were posted on TikTok on the first time we visited. So
Yeah.
if you go to TikTok and go to the Distorted Reality stream, you'll see that we actually recorded us going to the chair and sitting on the chair. Now, here's something you don't know. There are 2 chairs that look exactly the same position in the front of the main entrance and one in the back closer to the second entrance. They both have Thatcher on the tombstones.
Yeah.
And you don't know which one is which because sometimes they put the beer on one chair, they put the
Yeah.
beer on the other,
Yeah.
and you don't know, the markings look the same, the layout is the same. The only difference is there's one tree on the right of it, right next to it when you enter the devil's chair. Now, there's also, they had like skulls and like black
Yeah.
roses and stuff like that. Very, very decorative. But yeah, overall, I loved it. I love the experience. I love the fact that we did something that was way out of our wheelhouse and we was learning while we was doing the stuff. And yeah, we just wanted to share it with you guys and we hope you enjoyed it.
Did we touch about the story of the chair per se?
Yes, we did in the video.
Okay.
We talk about the Thatcher family.
The Thatcher family. Perfect.
And how they try to broker a deal with the devil over a lost one. And that didn't go well. And that kind of led that chair to become kind of like a cursed chair, right?
Yeah.
But again, there's so many different legends and so many myths regarding the chair. And by the way, just so you know, there are other states that have their own devil's chair. So this thing about the devil's chair, it's called the devil's chair not because of the legend. Those were resting places for people to visit their loved ones, right?
There were chairs made on the graves for you to sit and spend the day on the cemetery. You had a chair to sit.
Right. And it was kind of like the name they gave it.
Yeah.
It doesn't really mean that it's cursed or haunted. It's just a weird name because what happens is when you die, you go to heaven or you go to hell. And basically, the devil's closer to the ground than God. So I guess that's kind of like the gist of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall, I thought it was a success.
I think it was a great experience. And, we said we were going to do it and we did it. And that's how we operate,
Éxito. Yes.
Yeah.
So part 2 next week with a whole new set of videos and a whole new set of funny stuff that we're going to keep putting in there. Let's go back to the group section because it's time to say our goodbyes. Want to sing that song?
Never say goodbye.
So guys, it was a great season 2, episode 1, and it's probably the only one we're ever gonna have again because now we keep counting up. We want to say thank you to everybody that participated, viewed the show. I want to thank Vanessa Galoo for being the fan of the week and supporting the channel. I want to thank the women of Unearthly, right? For just making their acquaintance and sharing resources. And I wish them so much success and look forward to having a collaborative experience.
Yep.
Right. Because that's how better. Yeah. And we hope you like the content. And I'm excited for next week because I think it's going to get better and we're going to get faster and we're going to get, like glam.
We are.
We're going to get the Aquanet.
The Aqua.
Starlight Riot.
Volume X.
But yeah.
No, I want to say in Spanish some stuff. Gracias a todos los que estaban viendo en mi página de Facebook. Pueden brincar a YouTube para que terminen de ver el video. Gracias a todos por el apoyo. Recuerden que en el canal de YouTube están los links de todas nuestras redes sociales. Saben que pueden llamar durante el programa para participar al 1904-803-7327. También pueden ir a los links de nuestra merch store donde pueden conseguir camisetas así de cool, gorras así de cool como la que tiene Mr. J-Rock, las tacitas, tenemos tacitas. Para todos los que son de Puerto Rico tenemos unas medias que son de las leyendas de Puerto Rico, lo que es el chupacabra, el vampiro de Moca y la bruja del Caño, que es del pueblo de Isabela, de donde yo soy. Tenemos los juris, ahora que viene el frío de la Navidad. Tenemos los juris de nosotros también. Y también en TikTok tenemos otra tienda donde ahí tienen free shipping, ¿verdad? Y nada, gracias por el apoyo. Ya tenemos 500 y pico de suscriptores al canal, que eso es buenísimo.
Yeah.
¿Cuánto tiempo llevamos ya haciéndolo?
We're going on 6 months.
6 months y tenemos
So,
500.
with the break, 6 months. So,
Exacto, con el break que nos cogimos. So, imagínense lo mucho que hemos crecido. Quizás ustedes no lo vean como mucho, para nosotros es un logro gigante, porque no es fácil. YouTube es una de las plataformas que más difícil es crecer y hasta ahora, gracias a Dios, vamos viento en popa, como se dice. Y nada, gracias por el apoyo y todos los domingos, 5 p.m. en vivo en YouTube o Twitch y Kick. Así que...
So let me segue in English and say that last half that you said, because I didn't mention it. We reached one of our goals. We got over 500 subscribers now. We did push for a marketing campaign, and we did made the proper investments to get there. I just want to say thank you to everybody that subscribed. The viewers are really starting to ramp up viewership. We hope that there's more TikTok and Instagram followers, now Twitch, now Kick. The goal is to deliver more and more fresh, fun content for you to enjoy. And just remember, I think it's very important for us to really push that. Every Sunday at 5, when you come in, you sit down, you just want to watch something fun, entertaining, something that incites intrigue, something that can give you a sense of allure and wow and mysticism. For the sake of just filling a void and getting you away from the world as it is. And why do I say that? The world is starting to go in a different direction, right? You saw what happened to the folks at North Carolina. That devastated.
Yeah, sad.
And my heart goes out to them. And we here at Florida, we're getting ready for a hurricane. We don't know what level it's going to be, but we know that it's coming.
We're going to get hit. We're going to hit. And eventually, we're going to get hit.
So just remember, every time that you have that you could spend and just get some R&R, some relaxation, get your mind away from everything, kind of helps. And I mean, that's my thought on it. And we hope that when we do this, we're doing it just for you in the same fashion and that you enjoy it. That's why we do this at the end of outside of our passion for this.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I am done. J-Rock, Frank Walls, season 2, episode 1.
That was a hit.
Yes. Close for the books.
Out of the park.
All right, guys. So with that being said, we're going to roll the audio and then roll the actual outro video.
Take care, guys. Thank you.
Peace out.
This show is produced by J Rock and Frank Walls. Audio and music by Alex Otero. Art and design by Corrales Otero. See you next week, and remember, the truth is out there.